In the settings, we have proxies, Captcha solver, indexing, spinner. These are all same as in the cloud version, but we have some other tools as well in the desktop version. I'll explain one by one all of these settings options we have here. So let's start with proxies. For the content submitter module, you don't need any proxies. But if you are going to run a scrapper module to build your links list, then you need proxies to run those projects. But for link building and content submission, you do not need any kind of proxies. I'll talk about more on that when we talk about content submitter campaign creation and scrapper campaign creation. Now you have two options over here. You can either scrape proxies from a source list that we provide, and or you can use rank cipher internal proxies, or you have an option to use your own private proxies. You can add them here in the format given here. So let's check what we have got in rank cipher internal. You can use it here. It is now getting proxies from our internal database. These are all public proxies. These are not private proxies. If you have to get higher success rate for scrapping module, you can use your own private proxies. So to use proxies in desktop version, first you have to test them. I'm going to test all of them. You can see that it has found 8 working, 12 failed. So it's going to complete this process and give us all of the working proxies. So I'm going to abort this now. So once you have a list of proxies over here and you've checked and found out some working proxies, this option will be ready to use. Now if you select this, enable use of proxies, then all of the working proxies we have here, that will be used in content submitter, scrapper, and all of the other projects. But if you have not selected this option, then the proxies won't be used, and your own internal your machine's IP will be used for the projects. You can even test proxies with a custom URL. For example, if you want to test proxies with bing.com or any other URL you want, just to make sure that proxies are working fine, then you can add that URL over here, and if you want to check location of proxy, you can check that as well. So that's all from the proxies module. Then next is Captcha. Now this is the most important thing, or most important setting for content submission or content submitter module, because when accounts are created on different websites, you're given a Captcha that you need to solve. We have an option to manually solve the Captcha. If you select that, like it is selected right now, by default, if you don't have any Captcha service enabled, this option will be enabled. The Captchas will start to appear on your screen and you can solve them one by one. But if you have an account with any third-party Captcha service, you can add those details over here and start using them by enabling them from here. If you want to check balance for something, you can check balance from this. We recommend using 2 Captcha because they can solve all the latest Captchas which some other services cannot solve. And you can set priority to Captcha solver services. The one with higher priority will be attempted first, and then the medium priority will go to solve the Captcha, and then the one with the low priority. You can click on the priority and it will change to high, medium, or low. So if you have multiple Captcha services, you can give them a priority that which one will go to solve the Captcha first. Next is indexing. Indexing basically helps your backlinks to be seen by Google in a much faster way than they normally do. They help indexing your backlinks, and this is not mandatory service that you need to add. Some people use it, some don't like to use it. So if you have subscription with the service, you can add it here. But if you don't have it, just leave it blank. All of your links will be automatically submitted to your indexing services if you have added details of any service here. Next is spinner settings. For Spinner, we have multiple services integrated like Word AI, Spin Rewriter, Chimp Rewriter, Xspinner, and Spinner Bros. So the basic function of Content Spinner is to make your content different and unique on every website submission. So if you have a service already, add their details over here. You just need to fill in details where not applicable or n/a is not written. For example, for Word AI, you need to give user login and password. For Spin Rewriter, you need to give your API key. For Chimp Rewriter, you need to give your API key and login. Similarly, you can fill rest of the services as explained. In the API SEO tools, we have some other services that you can use, such as Namecheap, Moz, Majestic, Dynadot. Some of these are basically used in the expired domains module. Moz is used to check PADA and some other metrics of a link or a website, and SEO Content Machine is used for content generation. So you can add any of the service if you have a subscription with them, and then you can use that in the software. In the others tab, we have the directory listing, or the place where your verified, identified, or submitted links are saved. So that's all from the settings area. As I already explained, that for content submission or link building, you only need to add a Captcha service. Rest of the settings or rest of the services are not mandatory. You just need to leave them as it is. Just add Captcha, and 2 Captcha is recommended because they can solve the latest Google reCAPTCHA as well. To achieve higher success, you need to add Captcha and then create your first content submission project.